All right, we want to welcome everybody to Jack Brown's on a Wednesday night
Jack Brown's
with the Brewery Boys broadcast. So, there he is right there.
What's going on?
What's up? We were just getting started.
Oh, we're here. I got this article on. If you wonder, I'm going through all my stuff moving, but
Oh,
A frame has been given.
that is a Green Arrow autograph by Mike Grill, #1.
Ooh, look at that.
Yeah.
Nerds.
So, I was gonna say you guys are matching, but you're not.
come on.
I am representing Jack Brown's. I want that known, and I want it out there. I knew the assignment.
One time in your life that you did your homework.
Prepared.
All right, so we got our
Twinkies, but they have Fireball and Randy Orton.
yeah.
I am starting out with the Oktoberfest. I don't know who it was by, but it's very tasty, as
They got some new beers
Oktoberfest
on
is.
tap from last week. This is the Tango. I tried the summer something, but this one is the Tango by Maplewood
Maplewood.
Brewery. They're out of Chicago. War Daddy Emily is doing some stuff with them so they can get more of their stuff here. They've had their IPA on. The one I tried was an IPA, so
So that was suggested to you by War Daddy herself.
no, I just asked about it and she recommended it. So,
Very good.
but the Tango's not bad. It's very citrusy. So
Sex Panther.
I may try it.
yeah, that's what. I thought Jason was having.
It works 100% of the time.
Yeah.
40% of the time.
Yeah.
I was like, well,
For when you gotta get your woman in the mood. All right, so while Tim is looking over the beer list, I figured we would recap a little bit. I wanted to ask you because I've made this. I told you to check this guy out on WWE, the LA Knights night clips that I was sending you. That guy right there is all you, buddy.
is he all me?
He is all you. He's got the swag.
I saw some of the clips.
When he's walking to the ring,
Has potential.
he's got that. He's not a Hulk Hogan. Okay, he's not that big, but a little bit of backstory on him. He's been in other promotions. He was managed by Paul Bearer before or after Paul Bearer left WWE right before he died. Percy Pringle. That was what he was called. Not LA Knight. LA Knight was Eli Drake. But he's held the world title in TNA, Impact Wrestling. He's held the UWF where he was a tag team champion with Brian Cage, but they were managed by Percy Pringle, Paul Bearer. So, he's got, and his mic skills are phenomenal. I've showed you some of the videos.
Pretty good, pretty
So
good.
I'm thinking LA Knight's right up your alley. That can get you somebody that'll get you hooked.
I'll give him a try. We'll give him a look-see here in real life, and we'll see what happens.
All right, well, I'm pretty sure, I'm not sure if he's exclusive to Raw or if he's on SmackDown too, but I know he came out because I guess they're wanting to start a little feud with him and Seth and the CM Punk. So anyway, that's a guy that I think you'd be interested in following to get you back into the world of
Try to pull me back in
to
wrestling.
pull you back in. And obviously, like you said, Gunther's reminding you of a young William Regal. So that's another one that you can get behind as well.
ESPN reported Gunther's out indefinitely.
Yeah, he's having surgery on the nasal cavity.
Not sure.
So apparently, when he took that face to the table, I guess it must have done some damage, some real damage.
It's real damage.
So anyway, with that being said, we can go ahead and. I know you didn't watch it.
But let me say this: we're talking about mic skills, and this will go in your play with some of the. Because I've seen some highlights of SummerSlam, and I'll have to say that Charlotte lacks her dad's mic skills
Oh yeah.
tremendously.
Yeah. I mean,
She is horrible on the mic.
So and this may be unpopular opinion, but so the story with Charlotte, she was never going to be in professional wrestling. That was never her. The son Reed, not David, the youngest son Reed,
That's the one that
the one that
died, yeah.
So Reed was going to be, he wanted to follow in Dad's footsteps. David Flair and Charlotte Flair, not at all.
And she was kind of going in it just for
Reed.
Yeah, I remember that.
So that was, and I think that's one of the reasons why they pushed her. Now, I'm not saying she's not talented, because she's very talented in the ring.
Yeah, she got some wrestling skills,
Yeah.
or just her mic
Her mic
skills,
skills are
her
terrible.
persona is
terrible.
horrible.
She needs
But-
a manager. That would be.
Yeah.
I think it would work out really well.
Exactly.
Or put her in a stable or something.
Yeah, because when she first
Well, I think
came,
she's coming out more with the tag team.
yeah, with Alexa.
Alexa, she's starting to. They're trying to maybe bring her out a little bit more.
When they brought her up, as a team of 4 from NXT,
Yeah.
and it was the 4 horsewomen. is what they
Becky
call them.
Lynch,
So-
Bailey, Charlotte, and Shayna Baszler.
So she didn't need to be good on the mic because she had other girls
Yeah.
that fit her that could be.
Yeah, but yeah, she's not good on the mic at all. But part of her push is the fact that her dad is who he is,
And then she is
she's-
14-time champion.
Yeah,
And
well-
I think they'll probably end up at least having her tie with her dad. I can see a
Probably.
Flair in the audience as she wins her
16th or
16th
whatever,
or
yeah.
I wonder how they do that, because in her 14-time champions, it is including the NXT Women's title.
the clean all titles,
Just
tag team.
Maybe all main
All belts she's had.
championships. I don't know. I don't know how that works.
It said she was saying all the belts she's held, tag team, yada yada yada. I mean, you're a champion. You're a champion.
Yeah,
Although Flair was
world champion.
world champion.
I don't know if he ever held the tag
I
title.
don't think Flair held another title. The NWA title.
That was the
10 pounds of
one.
gold.
Yeah, that was the one. And then they switched it over to the big belt from the 10 pounds of gold.
Did you see what Randy Orton did to those fans at
Yeah.
SummerSlam with the belt? He was like, no, I don't want that.
Yeah.
I don't do that.
Yeah,
Which was it? People were saying it's because it was a belt he never won. That was actually the first title that he ever won.
yeah,
It was the big gold.
Yeah.
They just kind of discredited that title, but that
Yeah.
was his first championship.
yeah. It was the first one. So, but that being said, yeah, you're right, Charlotte. She lacks some skills on the microphones, but
The more I see of Alexa, I'm liking her.
oh yeah, Alexa, she's like, so I was never a huge Alexa Bliss fan, but when this whole Bray Wyatt thing that they brought on with her joining the Fiend at the time, it was good. She's got some skills and mic skills, and she just
Very good persona, good
Yeah.
at that. And she's outgoing enough to.
yeah.
She's carrying her and
I'd
Charlotte.
be curious to see if she keeps that persona the whole time. I mean, I know there's out of respect for Bray where she was with him.
Yeah.
I could see her possibly changing her or going back to maybe even Charlotte, the storyline now. Charlotte can switch her up. And,
Yeah. Well, I did hear something, rumor that she's going to be the 6 in the Wyatt 6, but how long's that been going on?
Yeah.
So we'll have to wait and see how that goes.
they did great. That tag team match was by far the winner of SummerSlam.
It was, and
It was all over the place.
but
though.
it was, and I felt like the ending was a little rushed. I'm like you, there might have been some injuries.
Yeah.
But overall, so okay, night 1, the Roman Reigns, Braun Breaker, that was snooze fest for me. We knew who was going to
I
win.
think they knew it was going to be a snooze fest. That's why they put it on first.
It was predictable. You knew Roman and Jay were going to get the win. I don't know. I like the Seth Rollins faction, but Bronson Reed, I don't. Why?
Right.
Braun Breaker makes sense, up and coming. He can learn from Seth. Bronson Reed,
Well, you've got now. Speaking of them, I hate to interrupt you, but
No, you're good.
Have you seen the rumors? And I do believe it might be true that they're talking about adding to that stable Austin Theory and Ethan Page. You add those two, great microphone skills on both of them, especially Ethan Page.
Yeah.
That'd be you have everyone in that stable at that point. You've got
Yeah.
someone for everyone. Because I
Well-
think what Austin Theory is doing right now with that's just done.
Yeah.
That tag team's over and done with.
And I mean Ethan Page. We've been a fan for me forever. So I like him by far. I mean, hell, we met him when he was half of the North with
Yep.
Josh Alexander,
Yep, they were
TNA or
great
whatever.
tag team.
Impact or whatever it was at that time.
Team
So-
Canada or
Yep.
Yep.
But yeah, so and then you had Alexa Bliss, Charlotte Flair. That match was good, but again, predictable. You kind of knew, like, you've got this whole Judgment Day implosion going on. So you knew, okay, I actually thought Liz was going to show up, but it didn't happen. Obviously, Charlotte and Alexa, spoiler alert, won the belts.
Spoiler.
Yeah. So then you have Sami Zayn versus Karrion Kross, which I do not understand what they are doing with Karrion Kross.
Well, his contract's up as of Saturday.
And that is, to me,
Wasted talent.
a wasted talent. Yes.
Wasted talent.
So that match, you know, obviously Sami Zayn got the win. It's like question mark, scratching my head. What the hell?
It leads to the question is why it was even at SummerSlam. If you're not going to re-sign Kerry and you have no interest in re-signing him, obviously this was the second you probably could have done best of 3 with.
Yep.
And that was a wrestling match. I'm sorry,
Yeah,
that
it was.
That was a wrestling match.
Yep.
I just don't think that they know how to book him. But they've got so many names on the roster they don't know what to do with. And put Karrion Kross with Aleister Black. Think about that tag team.
That
right
would
there.
be a nice tag team. That would be a real good tag team.
Yeah.
Well, then you had the Tiffany Stratton, Jade Cargill debacle. Jade Cargill is just horrible.
She botched it.
I mean,
She botched it so bad she didn't get developed and she was supposed to win it. They changed that last minute. The referee had to let her know in the ring.
just horrible. And Randy Orton Jelly Roll, I mean, come on.
Here's my question on something like that. I was just thinking, out of all the celebrities that have gone into the ring, how do you think Jelly Roll favored? Like, you had Rodman, you've had Mr. T, you've had
He
whatever.
didn't have to do, I mean, the only thing I will applaud him on is taking the
He took a
splash.
bump. Yeah,
He take a major bump from Logan off the table, like off the ring, on the table.
Watching, I thought he was done because he seen him do the little tap
Yeah.
on the referee. I guess he was telling me he was good. I
Yeah.
thought he was like, "Hey, I'm out. I can't do anymore."
Yeah.
But he had no in-ring skills.
No,
Not
nothing.
Not enough time to prepare himself. You know?
That was straight up Randy Orton taking on 2 guys.
Yeah. I mean, if you think about it, I've seen Bert Kreischer get in the ring and body slam Austin Theory better than Jelly Roll did in his match.
Yeah.
And that was
I like they showed him when he was on the table. He was like, he's sitting there, he's like,
it's like this.
then he had to get over it. He's like,
well, then he
I got ready.
then he puts his hand like he's like protection,
Yeah.
like both times. Even when he took the splash off in the ring to get to 1, 2, 3, he moved himself over and he did the whole protection, like put the arms up to protect and all that.
Yeah, whatever.
But I mean, it is what
But
it
the
is.
whole
But,
thought of
oh,
why
yeah.
Jelly Roll was
And-
there
yeah.
and feuding was just, to
Yeah,
me, was
yeah.
stupid.
Trying to get views. I mean, he's got a huge fan base. I mean, you know, speaking of Jelly Roll, have you seen?
I mean, he could have done
A mini concert.
a mini concert or just like a single during some kind of intermission, and then had him do this whole
You're about to see him
spiel
at the Super
about
Bowl.
Yeah,
Jelly Roll and Logan Ball and blah 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 blah.
Logan Paul has set the standard high for celebrities that want to come in and wrestle.
He has. I mean, I was not a
I
Logan
don't
Paul.
like Logan Paul, but that man can wrestle. He can do it, man.
He took to it like a fish to water. So yeah.
I mean, he already had the athletic ability, which I guess that helped out because a lot of the guys that come in, they're not athletic, you know.
Right,
but
right.
He took his time, he learned it, and he respects the sport, which I
Yeah.
can appreciate as much. And he's a great heel.
Yeah, he is. He's a tremendous heel. Good
And
Lord.
you know, to speak of Logan Paul though, he shows up more than some of the main event guys.
Yeah.
He's on SmackDown every single week. He's at every single pay-per-view when he's there. Roman Reigns not, John Cena's not. You know, so he's paying his dues, that's for sure.
Yeah, I think, and that's one thing they instilled in him, because I think there was a little bit to what Randy said was, you know, you come in here thinking you're going to do this, but you got to pay your. And I think that was, I think there is some sentiment about that. But again, I think Logan is paying his dues with showing up and you know, putting over people and doing, you know, what he's doing. But to me, the match of that night was the heavyweight championship match, CM Punk versus Gunther.
Yep, great match.
I thought it was good. I mean, it did kind of lag a little bit. You could definitely see some fatigue.
Yeah, I mean, CM Punk's getting up there in age.
Yeah.
The fact that he can still get in there and put on a 20, 30-minute match. Even John Cena for night 2. I mean,
Yeah.
they're getting up there.
Yeah.
It's easy to hurt a man. I mean, I'll be 40 this month, and I can't do it. That's for
Oh,
sure.
I can tell you right now, I can't.
Yeah.
But it was great. I said it started slow, but it had a good pace. The ending was a little lackluster. Just all of a sudden, Gunther's busted open, and it's almost like he wigs out, like he freaks out, and then CM Punk gets to go to sleep, and then 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
But again, here we go, the heist
Yep.
of the night. Seth Rollins cashing in on CM Punk.
Now I think they could have played that a little better. The fact that here's why I would have wrote it. You know, I've seen the highlights. He just came out and did his little thing and then turned around and stuff and bring it to the ring. I think they should have had him walk down to the ring and say, something about you're lucky, I'm blah, 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 blah. And then just like, they're standing there and CM Punk's like, whatever. And then he goes, boom, and then did something. That would have been more exciting than you see him running all the way down and CM Punk is just like watching him come, and it's just like not ready. And he gets in the ring and
he's looking around to make sure Bronson and Brock.
So it was like, it was.
The funny thing to me about the cashing in the Money in the Bank, like you said, he's standing in the ring, just leave, right? I mean, you got to be in the ring to do that. I mean, what's stopping him from just leaving? Get out of the ring.
It was like a deer in the headlights. He was just standing there, like watching him run down and watching him, like, what am I going to do? And then he got in the ring and he didn't throw a punch at first. I was like, bro.
So I mean, we know they have history, so I can really. This is going to be fun to watch. The next match will probably be a Clash at the Castle, I think, is the next one. So that'll be a match, but then you're going to have like forever, the rest of this year, I think, you're going to have a Punk run in on Seth doing something. But this is a great angle. This actually reminds me, because of how it played out. Saturday night's main event, he's injured. LA Knight gets the 1, 2, 3, and then obviously social media plays a factor into it. Becky's posting stuff. Seth is posting. It's just like, so back in the mid '90s when you had Mark Merrill's Wild Man and Sable. Yep. So he was the Intercontinental title, and Hunter Hearst Helmsley, before he became Triple H, was kind of coming out, and he had Sable as one of his valets one night. And Mr. Perfect, Kurt Hennig, came out, and he started taking the valets. Hunter would come out each week with a different valet, and Perfect would come out and just take them back to the back. And it's like, what the hell? So finally, there's this confrontation, and Sable ends up being Merrill's valet. Obviously, later we find out they're married. And there's this big confrontation. Perfect's got an Intercontinental title match. This goes on for months, and he's got an Intercontinental title match. Well, Hunter's finally had enough, and there's a big scuffle in the back, and he takes one of those big rolling carts and like shoves it into the corner with Perfect, and like jams his knee into a doorway. So Perfect's like, So then Hunter gets put in the match in Perfect's place, and this is when Perfect's kind of on his way out of WWE, and I think he was going to WCW or whatever. So during the match, Hunter's wrestling for the Intercontinental title against Mero, and Perfect comes down and ends up helping Hunter win the match. And they were in cahoots the whole time. So there was one of those stories that played out.
Now I heard this as a rumor to the story of Seth doing this faking stuff, harking back to when the Junkyard Dog
I posted
faked his injury and did the
against Michael Hayes. Yeah.
So we're getting like a rehashing of some old school type stuff.
Those were classic days. And like you spoke, you were talking the last time, well, not on camera, but you and I were going back and forth about the whole kayfabe, where you didn't ride in the same cars.
Oh, that's what I want to talk about.
Undertaker was the best at that.
How horrible is it? And it's like going to Disney and seeing what happens, or seeing a magician and knowing the trick before it happens, that they've, after matches, are now going backstage
having a press conference.
Not as the wrestler persona, but as themselves, like, hey, we're all buddies, that was a great match, how'd you think about that match? Go, yeah, I thought it was great, you did a great job too. I don't want to see that. It's ridiculous. That's bull crap.
They want to do UFC style interviews. They even have a show on Netflix now called Unreal.
Can you not have an interview where you're still upset?
You still hate each other. Yeah, absolutely. And be your character and not.
That's wrestling. You should be your character that whole time. You shouldn't go out of character when the cameras are on.
Okay, so
I shouldn't see backstage Jelly Roll shaking Logan Paul's hand and they're all buddy. I shouldn't see Charlotte and Alexa come and sit down and be them regular selves, or whoever else is coming out. It's like, when you get off the stage, have an interview, have the match, but then have it like, here comes Savage and Hogan. Here's Hogan talking about, it was a match when Savage was up. And Savage comes out, fuck you, motherfucker. Yeah. I want to see that. I want to see like, hey,
great match.
My real name is Terry, and my real name is Randy, and we did this. I don't want to see that. That's
so okay.
It ruins the magic.
So that being said, the perfect right now, the best heel in professional wrestling is MJF, Maxwell Jacob Friedman, because he goes to these conventions and he's in character.
Oh, I've seen him when he's signing autographs and everything.
Throwing them at the people. I mean,
that could be my man. I don't know.
He's my dude. I love Maxwell Jacob Freeman. He's just, it's so sad that he's buried. Because I'm telling you, when CM Punk was in AEW, they had him and Punk had some great matches.
Yeah. I think they legitimately hated each other too.
Yeah, it's like the dog collar. There's a dog collar match. There was. Hell, was there a steel cage match?
Yeah, there were dollar collar match.
But it was
Falls
like,
Count Anywhere.
He'd come.
Got to be in character. That's what your whole job is your wrestling persona character. That's how you. Back in the old days, grannies were getting upset at ringside because.
You remember the footage of Hogan? Was it Hogan? When that old lady stands up and she slaps him?
There was a lady who stabbed one of the wrestlers. I can't remember who it was, but. She got stabbed.
Because she hated him.
I mean, that was the deal. And they didn't ride together. They made it so that, going to the next match, you didn't see Hogan and Savage riding together if they weren't buddies. You didn't see, Andre riding with somebody he didn't like. They rode separately and tried to stay separate as possible. So the fans, when you saw them, because fans were still looking back at them, there was no chance that we're going to get.
Well, you didn't have cell phones with cameras and everything.
Sitting at a table here, we're drinking beers and we're talking about the Lays we're going to get. We're going to have fun tonight and go to the poker game and slot machine.
You know many stories because Brass A Saloon here, when wrestling used to be here, they would close and they would let the wrestlers come in. That way nobody saw them together.
Right.
I mean, like WWE guys would come in, like, when they were doing the first Thursday, and they would be going to the Brass A. But it was closed. It was after hours because nobody was in there, and they would let them in and drink, and because they couldn't go to a normal bar.
They did it at Hyatt too because the Hyatt was next door, but it was closed, and roped off for them.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. It's hey, be buddy off camera. I don't care. But when the camera and people are around, you cannot be that. We can't have after your match come talk to me at the desk and we're going to televise and we're all buddies.
It's weird how they do that because they tried that with that storyline they did with Cody Rhodes and KO. There was no cameras on them. Cody Rhodes walked to his tour bus. Kevin Owens came up behind him and attacked him.
And that was like after the pay-per-view.
After the pay-per-view. The only way it got online is fans to record it. And that's what they wanted. They wanted a fan to record it and put it online to make it look real.
Yeah.
And that's the kind of stuff that you got to do, But then 2 weeks later, Kevin Owens is on Cody Rhodes' podcast, and they're just being buddy-buddy. I don't know. It makes no sense because Undertaker has a podcast. Cody Rhodes has one.
Now I can buy more of a podcast interaction, buddy thing than I can
a backstage interview
after your match. And this is, it's a different setting. Your podcast is different. That's more of a personal life. Okay, I can buy that. Your personal life, whatever. Yeah. But when we're talking WWE, WWF, in that time, you've got to hate. You can't come out of that match and be buddy. You got to come out still pissed off. I lost the belt. Yeah. CM Punk needs to come out and be like.
No, I do think there's some legitimate heat between Seth and CM Punk. I'm not sure if there's.
Yeah, because Seth was upset when Punk came back. Yeah. Remember that ruin that it was War Games, I believe it was, in the ring. It was in Chicago, CM Punk's hometown. Yeah. War Games just ended. Seth's team won. Everyone was cheering for him. Punk's music hits. Yeah. Rollins got pissed off.
Yeah,
that's like true. You could have had another. Wait till Raw. Don't do this on during my glory time. And I think that started that heat with him.
Well, even when because he was saying something about him being in cancer, even when he was in AEW. Yeah. That whole stuff with Jungle Boy or whatever. So, but I mean, I agree. That's why you need to listen to the Jim Cornette podcast.
Oh God.
I watch some of his stuff on.
He's wild.
He tells it like it is.
He does, and there's a lot of fans nowadays, like me, tend to some extent with the old school stuff. It's like, that's how our wrestling was.
I mean, even the Attitude Era, before that Raw is War era, when I first started getting into it, it was still remnants of what you guys watched.
Right, because they were coming out of it and all that.
Yeah.
Yes?
Would you guys like to meet a pair of notchers?
Sure, bring them on.
Is that cool?
Yeah.
Time for them?
Yeah, absolutely. All right, well, we got a surprise visit with a pair of notchers that are going to come up. And
what is a notcher, Eric?
I'll make a report.
Those are the ones that they notch when they hit 100 beers. So as soon as you drink 100 beers here at Jack Brown's, you are notched.
You're notched.
Yeah. So these guys are people. I don't know who they are. I haven't seen them.
Not to be confused with edging. That's a different thing.
Yeah.
If you're wondering, a short story real quick here, guys. I was.
I don't want to hear that story.
Guys, this is a trainer.
All right, how we doing?
I'm working on her 300.
300?
300.
Yeah, if you
Go,
want
there we
to
go.
come around, yeah, one of you right here. All right, well, welcome to the Brewery Boys broadcast recording. We're not live, so this is going to go out, but yeah. So, what's your name?
Sean.
Sean, I'm Eric.
Nice to meet you.
This is Buckeye Jason.
Good to
And
meet
over
you.
there is Mr. Tim Thompson.
Nice to meet you.
So, yeah, both of you are working on 300?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so.
We're doing
what-
this as a couple. Is that what
We
we're
are, yeah.
All right.
And how long have you been coming to do this?
Close to a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
About a year.
So you're on the slower end.
Yeah.
No, so slower. I mean, like,
But yeah, no.
Yeah.
I'm the same thing. If I'm not
Yeah.
down,
Yeah.
I'm not down this area. I'm not.
Yeah, because we live in Nicholasville, so we
Oh,
have to
okay,
come
so
into
yeah.
town to come in. But so most time we just come in on Wednesdays because the double notches.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's
We're
right.
knocking
Best
off.
thing.
So once you notch, correct me if I'm wrong, once you notch,
Yeah, once you get to your first time
it's
through.
one beer counts as two. Is
On
that-
Wednesdays, yeah.
On Wednesdays, so
Yeah.
Oh, very
so
nice.
that's a little, that adds you a little extra padding.
So, yeah, we can knock it out a little quicker. So you don't have
Not this kind of padding.
Oh,
but-
yeah, that's going to happen.
And what are our notch names?
Gravy.
Gravy.
And I'm Gator.
Gator.
Yeah.
All right. Gator because like the Will Ferrell Gator or
Yes.
Gator.
And I also grew up in
Get him his
Florida.
man. Okay, yeah, I was gonna
I
say.
just really wanted to say that, Gator needs his gas
Yeah.
at all times, because I thought that'd be fun.
That's, that Gator needs a beer.
I never know who's gonna know that reference, so it's kind of hard if I
No,
scream it at
I
a
love that
bartender and they're
movie.
just like, "Whoa!"
These young kids are
I'm
like,
so
"What are
sorry."
you doing, man?"
I love that movie. Love that movie.
Maybe that's good. Maybe.
So yeah, so
And where did we come up with gravy?
It was my childhood nickname because
okay.
gravy and biscuits were my favorite.
Man, we got
Okay.
nothing wrong with gravy.
Yeah.
biscuits.
Simple thing.
Yes.
Should have been biscuit then. I thought about it, and then I was like,
Gravy and
Yeah.
biscuit, a little
Yeah.
weird.
Oh, well, yeah. So obviously, I'm only at 50, so we
Yeah.
we had a friend of ours. He notched and actually sang to it a month ago now, I think. St. Born,
Oh, yeah.
and I said, "Yep, I've already got my shirt picked out for my." He goes, "Bro, you've got 900 beers to go. Just slow your roll."
Yeah.
I'm like,
Seems
all right,
like
man.
it's gonna happen.
It's like,
it takes some time.
like way to burst my bubble there.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, man.
I'm so
Yeah.
excited.
I can
It's a free
dream.
shirt.
I can dream, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds exciting at the very beginning. You're like, I'm all in. You're like, I can do this, and you're like, 1,000 beers is a lot.
Yeah.
You gotta come in here and put in some time.
Get very.
And at 500, you get another shirt. So we've got like there was a program with Stone through here for a little bit where you had to drink like 4 out of 7 beers in the beginning of the year of theirs, and they gave you a patch that said like I notched with Stone. It has like the Stone Demon
Oh,
on
nice.
it.
Oh, wow.
So, but like we put it on our shirt, and then we found out they're like, oh yeah, no, at 500 you get a whole new shirt. You get a gray one, the black one goes away. And so
Oh.
all those patches are gone now, and you're like, oh.
So they won't take them off and put them on.
No, because there's like we just glued them on like fabric glue.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
I could probably remove them, but I don't know if they
Got to
work
take
again.
them. Yeah,
so
I got you.
That's one of those where you're like, well,
So sitting at a year going on. So what? I know you got. I see the 300 glaring at me.
Yeah.
So has there one beer or that has absolutely like you're just like your fave? I mean, obviously that's a loaded question.
Yeah.
that's true.
But like me, like I'm a big Mad Tree guy.
Yeah.
So when they had the Thunder Snow, obviously you can see that's number one.
Yeah.
I did that on a tap takeover night. My buddy Andrew Carley, he works for Mad Tree, so I got wind, and of course that's my favorite. And I'm like, all right, now I can't have that again, unless it's on a double notch night.
I did find out that once you clear this card, you can have those beers back on the next card.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you have repeat beers in a year because you can't help it,
Yeah.
I've asked before, and as long as it's not on this card,
Yeah.
Okay.
I had it on my 200 card, I can have it on my 300.
Oh, okay.
So that's something to know.
That is
I think
real good to know.
That's
Yeah.
pretty
Some
important.
good insight here from Gator.
Yeah, that is real good. To
Gator know what he's talking about.
No, I would say there's what was that? before. Sweetwater.
Sweetwater had
okay.
a gummy bear.
Yeah, it was like a white gummy bear.
Oh, I've heard about that.
Yeah.
And it was fantastic.
I think it's just seasonal though. Or
Is it,
Yeah.
so is it,
limited
is it a
release or
sour
something.
or is it an actual like
No,
white ale or
it's
something?
I think it's a white because it looks almost like an opaque seltzer or something.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like it's
okay.
almost
But
white.
it doesn't have like a.
But it doesn't have that flavor. It tastes like liquid white gummy bear. It's
Yeah.
almost like the white gummy bear shot, you know,
Oh,
or
yeah.
that, that drink that you can have sometimes. But
Okay.
that was
Look out for
amazing.
that one.
It was like a fruit punch or something was the name of it. I
Yeah.
can't remember. She was the nacho of the month like last month or 2 months ago.
Okay.
And they normally try and get you a keg of whatever beer you wanted, and
Yeah.
she tried to get that, and they were like, "That's not
Nah.
gonna happen."
Damn.
I was like, "You could." And like, no.
All right.
Fair enough,
well,
man.
I
We
get
tried.
that. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's all you can do, right?
that's true.
So, how did you guys find out about Jack Brown's?
We saw Nicole in a TikTok,
Okay.
and yeah, that was it.
Because we
I
had been
said-
coming down here to this building when it was the restaurant beforehand, and then they went out of business because they were like linked with a brewery out of Paris, I think.
Oh yeah.
I can't remember the name. But that was like 2018, 2019,
Yeah.
somewhere around there before COVID.
Rooster.
Yeah.
Rooster Run, Rooster
yeah,
something. Yeah.
something like that.
Rooster Brew. Rooster
Yeah.
Brew.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so we had come here a couple times for that, and then after COVID, we didn't come into town nearly as much for a while, and then it's because we got used to everything being kind of shut down, or bars weren't
Right.
really
Okay.
open, you know, that whole thing. And then she saw it, and I was like, I know that. Where do I know that building from? And then we like looked at it on Google, and I was like,
Oh.
we've been there. That's why it looked familiar. I know. Yep. And so we started coming after that. But
Yeah, we just kind of. I mean, I just like not stumbled in, but like it's like you walk in going, hey, what kind of place is this?
yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like you know, a buddy of mine, him and his wife, they had eaten here, and they said the burgers were great.
Yeah.
So then, that's what it was. So Andrew Horn, St. Horn, he texted me one night and he said, I'm a big heavy metal guy. So he said, hey man, the lead singer to Steel Panther is down at Jack Brown's. And doing the geographical, I didn't know that Andrew had moved
Yeah.
from where he lived before. So geographically, I'm putting, because he was always going to Brandon.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So geographically, I'm putting this place in Brandon Crossing, and I'm
Yeah.
like, man, that's
pretty south.
It's like 9 o'clock at night. That's
Yeah.
an awful long way to go. So I
Yeah.
was like, bro, I said, wish I could do it, but he goes, well, he's here, man. You know, maybe the rest of the band. I'm like, oh, that'd be great. But they were playing at Manchester the
Okay.
next night.
Yeah.
So, oh, excuse me. So then my buddy Andrew, Carl,
there, bro?
excuse me.
Drink it
He,
up.
Beer, gotta get that out there.
he sends me a text saying, hey man, we're having a tap takeover at Jack Brown's. And I'm like,
Hearing a lot about this Jack Brown.
I'm hearing a lot about this Jack Brown's. So 5 minutes later, Andrew Horn texts me and says, hey man, you know, Mattry's having I said, I just found out. What the?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going, you know. So I'm driving to Brandon, so I'm texting him going, where exactly is this place? Because I Googled it, and it's telling me, get on the...
Do a U-turn. Do a
Yeah.
U-turn. Do a U-turn.
I'm like, bro, I thought you lived... He's like, no, man, it's downtown. I'm like, it's across from the court. I was like,
Well, that was like
Yeah.
4
so
minutes away.
we drove. So I drove down here, came to the tap takeover, and like been here ever since. It's one of those places that, you know, we met Ashley, and then, you know,
Yeah.
started meeting the staff, Sam. Everything's been great.
Yeah.
And then we started this, and they're like, yeah, come on in, do whatever you want to do. We're
Yeah.
like,
Which makes sense. 'Cause
okay.
a podcast in a brewery or in a
Yeah.
bar is, I think, better than
Way.
somewhere in someone's
Yeah.
house because
Yeah.
everyone's going to show up.
Bingo.
For
Yeah.
instance.
Funny story.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that's been here, and the burgers are great.
Yeah.
This is my son. This is his favorite burger joint. Like
Yep.
we go to several others, but it's like
Yeah.
there's nothing like a Jack Brown's burger. He says.
Yeah.
Especially find out on a Saturday what they're going to have for their special burger.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes it's amazing. Sometimes it
Not so
doesn't
much.
float my boat,
Yeah.
but someone's going to like it, you know. But we're
Still edible.
Yeah,
So,
we came
yeah.
on Saturday. It was like an avocado crunch burger. It was like half an avocado.
Oh yeah, I saw
on
the
there.
post. Yeah,
It was delicious.
I saw that.
Yeah, if you like avocado, I feel like that's
You can
obviously
take
a
it off.
prerequisite, but
I'll take mine on the side.
a sad burger now.
But that's actually the superfood nowadays. So it's brain power.
It's great, and it has a bunch of good fat in it. It's gonna be great. It's gonna
Yeah.
offset the terrible
Oh,
fat from
there-
that burger. You know? It makes it a 0-calorie food. I think.
There
That's
you
how that
go.
works, right?
That's how I count. That's how I count my calories. If I say it's 0, it's 0.
Yeah.
Exactly. if it's a good, it's a party, it's 0. If it's someone's celebration, it's 0.
Yeah, there you
My
go.
cake at birthday doesn't count.
That's right. It's a celebration.
That's very good.
All right. Well, you have any questions for us, or anything you'd like to know, or do, or say, or other than take the cocktail.
He is a certified yapper.
I am. I do love talking. It's one of my favorite pastimes.
So what is your so we were going over he and I are like old school wrestling guys and stuff, so we were just kind of going over some SummerSlam notes, which he didn't watch, but anyway. So
I do hear it was beautiful this year.
what floats your boat, like music wise or television wise? What are you binge watching right now?
Right now, we're binge watching all of Special Victims Unit of Law and Order because there's 25 seasons of it, I think, and they're still making more.
Yeah, Law and Order all of a sudden.
It's been around forever.
It has been around forever. And all of a sudden, I come home and it's on the TV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone in your house is watching it.
And they are.
Dun, dun, dun.
But it's like, what the hell did this come from?
Oh yeah, no.
You have to
I
investigate
mean,
that.
maybe my dog Louie, maybe he's gotten into it. I don't know.
It does the watch next, and it just goes
Yeah,
on to that
it
forum.
just keeps rolling.
Yeah, no, I found I didn't realize when we started watching, like they're talking about like getting a page because it was like 1996 when they started making this show, and I was like, oh,
It's old. It's old school.
okay, wow. I remember paging my dad to let him know we were gonna meet him for dinner somewhere, but I was like 8. I don't want to date anyone else here.
I mean, there's
but
like Special Victims Unit this, Special Victims Unit that, blah, 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 blah. There's like,
they did like crossovers with Chicago PD and. Just like I don't like any of those shows, but I like this one.
Yeah.
It's pretty
Yeah.
good. I don't know.
It's almost like the comic book world. You're like,
Once
one
you start
comic book
watching
and
it,
they
it
start
sucks
crossing
you in.
over. You're like,
It's
wow.
true. There's like, why are there so many crossovers?
Yeah.
Is DC's going to Marvel for a
Yeah,
little
it's like,
bit.
Yeah.
why?
It's wild.
Why? Don't fuck with my comic book.
this is all diverse, baby.
Not anymore. It's all gone
Yeah,
now.
right.
Now it's back to one again.
That's
We
what it should
retconned
be.
everything.
Yeah, it's like, holy crap. My childhood just up in flat. Right before my eyes.
No, I would ask though, are you all just going to be recording here, or are you going to be going to different breweries around
We are
town?
going to try to go to different places. We're actually in the works with this. Actually, that's a good question because that can set up our next segment about brewing. Because we have actually had in talks with Brewer Dude, who's going to be doing a Brewery Boys bracket and an Oktoberfest, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
That's a good time to do it because everyone's going to put one out.
Yeah, so actually after we finish recording here, I'm heading over to talk to him about that tonight. We do a regular show here on Wednesdays, and we also are at Mr. Brews on Saturdays by Fayette Mall.
Yep,
So if
that's
you're
a good
out and
place
about,
too.
Yeah.
come see us.
Good selection there as well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
60,
impressive.
60 taps.
That was one of the first places in town that had that many from everywhere.
Yeah.
I think that I remember going to. That wasn't just a brewery from
Right.
here.
Yeah.
It's one of those where you get Michigan beers in California.
Yeah.
It's a franchise out of Wisconsin.
Yeah.
That makes
But, yeah.
sense. Wisconsin is a surprising beer state. I didn't
Yep.
realize
Oh,
that.
a lot of beer drinkers up north.
Yeah.
They have
You
a
have
lot
nothing
of
to do.
craft.
When it snows, you're not going anywhere.
It's true, you're just gonna drink Spotted Cow like crazy and have a good
Exactly.
time. You know?
Nogales and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, so we're there, and obviously, like I've mentioned, my friend Andrew Carley, he's invited us up to Mad Tree. So
That'd be a really nice brewery to record into.
yeah,
it's so open.
it's a great. I love that place. Yeah.
It is beautiful.
Me and my son, we stopped up there. He plays travel baseball, so we were playing up in that area,
Yeah.
and we stopped up there, and yeah, it's
It's always a
phenomenal.
little busy. I mean, we've tried to go on like off days and stuff.
Yeah.
and it's still full of people, but I'm sure there's always space.
Oh yeah,
to go,
yeah.
You know?
They
So you
got
can
that huge.
hear that beautiful ambiance.
The beer
still.
garden is freaking
Yeah.
amazing.
Amazing.
Amazing. It's amazing. Oh no. So yeah, we are going to try to make the rounds. My family's from Paris. Maybe City's got a little place up there that I can get up to. I think there's a place in Irvine or Richmond's got one.
Yeah, they have Dreaming Creek.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
That's
Never
pretty
Sailed
nice. It's like an
Brewing
old,
Company.
I think it used
It's
to be
an
their
old municipality.
police department
I think so.
building.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
As long as it's not a sewage place.
Right. So yeah, we are.
It's okay.
I don't want my beer made with that kind of water.
You can always get a bean. That's it's just it's what the nature of the beast. It's fine, you know.
A piece of corn every
So yeah, we are planning on getting out and about a little bit more, and then obviously, as the season's coming, when the fall gets in, I'd like to hit definitely some patios for those nighttime.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It starts getting nice because I don't know if they ever opened it, but I want to say that Blue Stallion or something's going down to Richmond also, and they were going to open a beer garden down there.
Oh really?
They were trying to. Jay, one of her friend's husband, had told me about it.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know if they ever actually went through.
Well, we will definitely be on the lookout for that one because that's one of those. I mean, the city of Richmond, as we all know, when we were growing up, was the place to be on a Friday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
LRT night.
Yes. So many nights in Richmond. So
Beautiful.
yeah. So
I was just there to study.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were. Yeah, you were. That biology class, right? You were taking notes for biology when you were studying
physiology.
I was helping others study.
Yeah.
He was just.
We're doing anatomy work.
All right, it's fine.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, it was good to meet you all. Just wanted to get
We have
another beer
I know
here.
you guys are anxious to get started on that 300 as you've got a hell of a
We're trying to
start.
close the 50 out today. We'll see.
All right, there you
'Cause I only
go.
have to drink 5, so
There you go.
that's okay.
There you go.
All right, ladies and gentlemen,
Good
that
to
was
meet you.
that was
Thank you
Gravy
so much for
and
having us on.
Gator.
Thank
All
you.
right,
Get up.
no problem. Thanks for sitting down and yapping with us. So,
course.
anytime you guys are in the house, look us up.
All right.
Please do.
Thank you.
No
Hey,
problem.
have
Y'all
a
have a
good
good night.
Yeah, you too.
A couple of notchers there from
Notchers?
Jack Brown telling us
I'm
their
gonna get another
story.
beer.
What were you drinking there?
This was the Tango by Maplewood Brewery.
Order me one up.
What one?
I actually said Port Eddie, so we can look a little bit.
48, okay. All right, so we'll get back to a little bit of this WrestleMania talk.
Did you watch
I just seen some highlights.
the Braves Reds game? I know Eric said he didn't. Did you watch
I
it?
saw part of it. I saw the first night rain out.
Yeah.
I'm thinking to myself, the whole setup looked horrible.
Yeah, it was bad.
Number one, you gotta think, you're putting a baseball field on the track, on asphalt, so it's not gonna drain anyway, so if it does rain, you're not getting drainage.
Swamp.
You're screwed. The way they had it set up to where they cut off the back seats that Major League Baseball actually sold
Yeah. Did you see the view?
behind their little backdrop stadium,
Yeah.
man. Couldn't see anything. I was like, why would you sell that? Why would you buy that?
I saw people, this is my $49 ticket view, and like, you couldn't even see.
And why would they even have that? It should have been just like a small fence back there.
And those were the standing seats. They weren't even seats. It was standing on the rail, which is an
Or
NASCAR thing.
they could have had it set up to where you had the outfield actually up against the banking of a track instead of back towards the infield.
Yeah.
So I don't understand that. They put it where the home plate was in the corner and the outfield was in where the garages are in the infield.
Yeah.
What they should have done was the outfield in the corner there, home plate in the infield where everybody could have,
Everyone had a view.
and you'd have had just that one corner for the wall. And
I
fine.
agree. It seems like it was just put on really fast because I'm thinking in my head, if I'm Major League Baseball and I'm Bristol, I'm putting picnic tables around the outfield, all the way around. and
You could have
selling
done like
this.
they do in Iowa for the whatever game
It's
that.
like right there on the field. I mean, a lot of Major League Baseball teams have that. I mean, and you buy the ticket, and like, if you want to get hit with the foul ball, you get hit with the foul ball. It's your choice, you know. But I mean, they're just
They've been
a lot of missed
setting.
opportunities.
They've been setting up and working on it for a while. Like I said, and that leads you to believe that they're just stupid because it was set up horribly.
Yeah, it was
It was
bad.
not planned right. Like I said, there's no
They
way in
They saved
hell.
all that room for a concert. Put that in the parking lot. I get it. It's Tim McGraw. His dad was a great.
Oh, is that
baseball
what was
player.
on the backside? I didn't see
There
that.
was a stage on the backside
Oh, I
behind
see.
where the baseball set was. So, and that was a separate paid ticket if you wanted to go to the concert. So fans that didn't even go to the game could go to the concert. Separate entry, separate area behind the field.
They could have done it outside.
Yeah, they could have put that in the parking lot. Absolutely.
Yeah, like I said, it should have been outfield was against the corner, home plate in the infield. Then you'd have had the whole rest of the bowl filled. Everybody could have saw. You could have had more people seats sold because everybody could have saw that. But
If I'm a fan, I'm looking at tickets. I'm like, I'm not buying this. Like, I mean, they had to have known obstructed view. Like, you know, there wasn't a lot of.
what do you think they sold? Yeah, because is it obstructive view or partial view? And you're like, well, okay.
Partial view is-
I've been to Bristol.
This much of the outfield.
Yeah,
is what-
I've been to Bristol before. I can see everything. Blah blah. I'm thinking if I sit high enough, but it was the way they did the wall. It was horrible.
Yeah, it wasn't. I've been
And-
to Bristol as well. It was not set up good.
The fact they ran out of food.
They ran out of food. They ran out of beer.
And I'm thinking that place holds, I don't know, 100,000 some odd people, and they pack it in for NASCAR for a weekend. You've got Thursday night trucks, Friday night's qualifying, Saturday night is usually, depending on what time of the season it could be Xfinity, and then Sunday is your race. Yeah. So they've got a week's worth of people coming there eating. So was it Bristol that dropped the ball, or did Major League say we only sell so many hot dogs per game, we're not expecting that many, blah blah blah? So that's what happened.
Yeah.
Because you're thinking a rain delay, anything, you should have had enough to make you through a night.
I mean, you knew fans were coming out. I mean, as born and raised in Kentucky, that's a dream baseball game for me. I'm from Eastern Kentucky. We watch the Atlanta Braves. Anyone in Northern Kentucky Lexington, they watch Cincinnati Reds. So it's big for the state of Kentucky. Tennessee as well. I mean, they knew fans were going to buy tickets and come out. So they should have had at least, I don't care if you're throwing stuff away. If you're selling hot dogs for $10 a piece, you might toss a few. It is what it is. Have a hot dog, have a hamburger for every person that bought a ticket. Because people are going to buy food.
Well, except Bristol knows. I never hear Bristol running out of food.
No, you've never heard that.
They know what they're selling based on that. So I'm thinking, did Major League say, does Major League buy the food? I'm thinking maybe.
Oh yeah, was it Bristol or was it MLB?
So as MLB came in and said, we're renting your facility. I think is what the deal is, pretty much. So Bristol was like, okay, it's yours.
Yeah.
You deal with all the stuff. We don't have to do anything.
You bring in the vendors.
We'll open up and we'll have the restrooms and blah 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 blah. And you do the vendors, and you do your food, and you order what you want.
Right.
That seems more plausible to me than Bristol dropped the ball after
then Bristol knows
decades of selling.
They know how to make money there. And then the caveat on that was that the fans had nowhere to go. It was a rain delay and then a rain canceled. There's no hotels. If you've ever been to Bristol, that's a camping facility. People camp there when they go to Bristol races and stuff.
Right.
There's not hotels there. You're driving pretty far away to get a hotel room, and those sold out fast. There was not enough hotel rooms for all the fans that wanted to come back and watch the game the next day. And they were going to, obviously. They're there. They're not going to miss the game. But
yeah, it was lackluster, and it was done poorly by either the Reds, the Braves, Major League Baseball.
It looked cool on TV, but
I mean, it didn't even look cool on TV. When I saw the shots of just how it was laid out, I thought to myself, like we talked about, why is it laid out like this?
Right.
What are we doing here? I didn't really pay attention. There was a concert going on in the background or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm like, the way it was set up was like, this is weird. Like when you go to a concert at Rupp Arena, if they're not going to fill it, they bring it out and they put the curtains out. Right. But it's still on the far end. You start at the end and you work your way back. So we're starting here. We sell more tickets. We're backing it up. This was, we're here and we're just doing this whole thing, and we're going to leave this whole section that could have been sold open. Are they hoping that was just for the concert? They're going to sell that section for the concert? I don't know. It looked horrible. It looked miserable. Rain. Like I said, you can't really adjust for the rain when you're playing this, but you got to think, if we're getting rain, it's not happening because we can't drain this. This is a non-drainable.
Like I say, it's just a pond. They don't have it. It's not set up for that.
Yeah.
So what did they do? So it rained, and did they play the game the next day, or did they play it later?
They had to cancel that night because, of course, they weren't going to dry it off. They weren't going to dry fast enough.
They tried playing in the rain when it was light rain.
Your dirt on asphalt, it's no drain. It's not like a Major League field where it's draining. You're done.
It's just like on a road.
And we were talking about the setup. You didn't see it, but I don't know if you know Bristol. Bristol is a bowl. But instead of having the outfield at the end of the bowl on the turn and home plate in your infield where the garages were, and they could have the whole section people could have saw, they switched it. Home plate was here, outfield was in the middle of the garage area where the garages were with the big wall. So they didn't sell these tickets over here, but then the people over here that got the cheap seats still couldn't see, but like the right fielder.
Oh wow!
Because the wall was up. It was.
That's horrible. That's horrible. Okay, well, all right. So that was obviously a huge debacle. So probably won't be back in Bristol or whatever.
They may try. They have played football games there. Tennessee's played there. They've had some other local places.
College football.
I mean, they do stuff there.
Yeah, they changed the whole track to dirt too to do a dirt track.
They did, like, instead of going to Eldora, they did that. I mean, they can do it. That's what we're saying. We're not sure if Bristol was
the right choice.
If Bristol was in charge of this, or Major League Baseball came in and said, we'd like to rent your facility and we'll do everything else. And Bristol was like, okay.
Okay.
And and Major League Baseball said, we're going to order 5 packs of hot dogs. And Bristol was like, well, we seat 100,000 people. Maybe you might mind more. Major League Baseball was like, no, we're just going to get 5 packs. And then Bristol was like, okay.
So they ran out of food.
Oh yeah. From the rain delay at that night, and the place wasn't even full because we're saying
they had no food for Sunday.
The place was halfway, maybe full, but
the day that
they were already out for
that's like
the next day. They had nothing to serve.
So this is like basically a black eye on Major League Baseball.
Yeah, it was horrible.
Okay.
Whereas the Field of Dreams, how that worked out magically and still does. You know, a little place in Iowa does great and is planned for this kind of stuff, but Major League Baseball goes here and they're just like
shit the bed.
They offered everyone that bought a ticket to a Braves game or a Cincinnati Reds game as compensation for that. So there's that. Which those stadiums don't sell it anyway, so probably Section 300s, you know, that kind of thing. But at least they did that for them.
All right. So sticking with since you watch racing or have it on in the back of your however, do people still follow drivers?
I think they follow teams, not drivers, but
yes. More so drivers than teams now, I think, really.
Well, because like where I work with a lot of NASCAR fans, or did, and everybody. Of course, this was back with Jeff Gordon, Dale Jr., and blah blah blah, Jimmy Johnson, you know those guys. I don't see many people like supporting a driver like they used to. So that's what I was wondering.
Well, yeah, I think we're in a transition phase where we've lost all those hardcore names, the well-known names.
Mark Martins, Jeff Gordon.
And we're the younger generation, maybe not in
if you weren't raised on it, you don't follow it.
It's kind of like I say with the Indy cars. I used to love Indy cars. I used to love the Indianapolis 500. I still watch it every year, but I used to be more into it because there was Al Unser's, there was the Andretti's. Still Andretti's in it, but you know there was bigger names Andretti's. There was Sneva. There was Mears. Big names that you watched and you started growing up with, and they started to fade out. And then they brought a young kid for like a year, and he was gone. You brought in another young kid, kind of like NASCAR is now. It's like you bring somebody in, but they have to bring backing with them nowadays. It's all about a money thing now. It's like before you had a sponsor, you found your driver, you worked with it. Now it's more like the driver has to bring a sponsor to you, to the owner, and then you come in and if something happens, they'll release you.
You got to show me a following that people that your fans are going to come with you to NASCAR. You're going to.
But it's still more of a driver than it is a Ford, Chevy kind of thing, because you still got the personalities of the drivers that drives you to watch.
Okay, I was just curious. I came across some stuff, some swag that one of the guys went to one of the races and. They go, you know what? We're going to get you into NASCAR. And I was like, no, you're not. So
yeah, people say that, but if you went to like a Bristol race and you're in the bowl and you're hearing the sounds and you're seeing it live, and you can still have your earphones on so you can hear what's talking. You can maybe switch between radios. You can hear the driver chatter.
That's kind of like the wrestling thing. Why don't I want to see behind the curtain?
We're not seeing behind the curtain. You're hearing live talk. It's not like you're getting more insight. You're getting more details. It's like you hear the crew chief say, "We're pitting now." Where TV doesn't show that.
Teams and stuff too. Like
and you hear the driver say, "What the fuck is this guy doing? Get him out of my fucking way!" You know, you're hearing that kind of. You can switch between all the drivers or NASCAR stuff, but you're there. You feel the rumble. You see it. You hear the beat of making. You get the dust in your face. There's been times when I went to Kentucky Speedway when Indy cars came there the first time. I think it was, I want to say it was Fittipaldi or somebody flipped. And we were down in the corner, low, and the car, the dust, and the debris coming to hit you in the face. You gotta love it. You gotta love it.
Yeah, and listening to it was kind of cool. Can you imagine going back to when Dale Earnhardt Jr. passed away? When at the beginning of that race, or senior, Dale Earnhardt said, "We're going to take first, second, and third in this race." Have you heard that story? And they did. Sure enough, it was first, second, third. Dale Jr. I think it was Kyle. Was in the other car.
Michael Waltrip.
Yeah. And and their team didn't win. They would have been first, second, third. They were on that last lap when Dale Earnhardt hit the wall and it turned. And he didn't know when he was up there with his wine, cheering, and all that stuff, or his champagne. He had no idea that he passed away. But all that stuff was like radio chatter. They were talking to each other. So imagine as a fan sitting there watching everything, hearing those three drivers talking in the picture, talking, "Hey, all right, now go in, get close, go in. Now he's going to pass," you know. and then in that very moment, like, it's a lot more action. It's kind of like watching wrestling. When we go watch wrestling live, it's weird not hearing the color commentators. You know, you're just watching the match in the ring. So if you go to NASCAR and watch just the cars going, like, it's just cars going in circles.
That's a good analogy.
Lots of people say, why do I watch cars just going in a circle? Well, NASCAR, there's a lot of action that goes on. Like, there's a lot of beating and banging. Now, I will say Indy cars, when they touch each other, some little bolt breaks and they're out for the race. But NASCAR is like, they'll duct tape that son of a bitch up and keep going. So you got a car with missing a hood, he's still running, and the guy's pissed off from the last wreck 20 laps ago, he'll find somebody, bang into him, cause another accident.
Well,
but in live, it is much more action than it is.
Okay. Well, the reason why I was asking, like I said, I was digging through some stuff and found some of the swag that they brought me back, and it was all Kyle Busch stuff. And I think I guess he drove the M&M or the 18.
He's one that everybody either loves or hates, or loves to hate.
Is that what it is?
His personality is, a lot of times, especially back, 5-10 years ago, he was crybaby, whiny baby, always bitching, blah blah blah, get out of his car, yelling at somebody. It was just, those are the things you like to see.
Okay. Well, that's the guy I guess that's the guy they picked for me. Like, and of course this was 10. Yeah, it's probably 10, 12.
He's a great. He hadn't won lately, but he was a great driver. He won a lot of races.
Yeah, that's.
But his personality was just.
So that was the thing, is like they brought me back all this stuff, and I kind of started like not really watching it, but I would see, like, reading the paper, who won and stuff like that, and like he was winning truck races because I guess on the race is on a Sunday, there's a race on Saturday.
Well, they're usually they'll do you have your trucks, your Xfinity, and your NASCAR. You also have there's a lower version, ARCA racing.
Okay.
So you can go Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday racing. And that's what we're talking about with Bristol. Bristol knows Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday crowds and food, beer we need. Major League Baseball to do 2 nights and can't for less than a third of the people it can't and run out of food.
Okay, well that's all right. So that's a little foray into the NASCAR. So I guess what I'm saying is I guess I'm going to pick up the Kyle Busch, but I guess he's probably close to fading out or whatever.
Yeah,
so
I would say he hadn't been. He's relevant, but not. He hadn't been winning races in the last couple of years.
So maybe I won't then. It's like, again, I just can't get it.
Maybe a Kyle Larson's in the up and comer that's doing really good.
We'll revisit this.
So let's get back to. I just want to touch on the John Cena, Brock Lesnar stupidity. What the hell?
That's what they thought the fans wanted, I guess, but
they did not. They didn't ask me.
So I didn't, I haven't been watching, so I didn't understand. All right, so Cena lost
to Cody Rhodes.
So Cody Rhodes is now the champion. He has the belt, which everybody wants, the belt. He leaves, or whatever, and Brock comes out and attacks John Cena with, I don't know what kind of history they've had, but
they feuded for a while.
But he just comes down and beats up John. Like, why wouldn't they wrote that in like that's how Cena lost the belt? Yeah. Brock comes down, referee's not looking, hits Cena, Cody scores the win. Now we have a good feud fight.
Because
now it's got Brock coming out, and
you knew something was up when Cody left and John stayed. Yeah. Usually the loser would walk away, the winner stays in the ring.
Give the accolades.
Yeah, and that's how. So
now somebody at work was telling me, because he's into wrestling a little bit more, that it's because Cena wants to wrestle Brock one more time, blah blah blah. So they're working.
They did have a hit list, he said.
But again, the writing was horrible. They should have had Brock comes down, interferes, costing the match. Now you have tension built into the scene. Now the fans are upset, like because Cena fans, Brock fans are happy.
You can bring it back instead of just rehashing.
The writing could have been so much better there than just coming down after the match and something stupid like that.
I mean, there's always better angles. Like, it's one of those situations where, like, why? Okay, so now you know this is literally just a hit list, like he said. Here's the list of opponents you're going to face, and it's all of your former opponents. But all these great feuds that you had, which the Lesnar feud was not great. I've never been a Brock Lesnar fan. They're all within a month. He wins the title, he wins the Royal Rumble. wins elimination. Wait, no, he did not win the World Rumble. Jey Uso won the World Rumble.
Yeah, he did win elimination.
He won elimination chamber. That way he can So that way he can compete for the world title. Wins the world title, turns heel. That's not going the way they wanted.
Oh, that was horrible.
That wasn't going how they wanted. So then the night before SummerSlam, you see the big, he's back. So they had to switch it around. So now but in the meantime, you had the CM Punk fight, the Randy Orton fight, which Randy Orton's feud with him and Cena over the years, I mean, it was great. Like, that was one of the ones that, like, when Zach started getting into it, he was watching the old Randy Orton, John Cena, and CM Punk, John Cena. That's when the pipe bomb, gets dropped and all that. When CM Punk leaves and
the writing was horrible.
Everything with this whole last run has been horrible because it's a year.
I think they've tainted what he had.
Yeah, why make him a heel? And then
if he'd have retired last year, accolades, great. Yeah, Cena, but this whole year has been what the fuck?
Well, his hit list had Lesnar on it. It's got The Rock on it. It's got Batista on it. That's some of the bigger matches.
I don't think you'll see Batista.
I don't think Batista's coming back. I think he's clearly done with wrestling.
There's
might get Cena, Rock.
Maybe. Yeah. But I think there's some bad blood with WWE and Batista. So.
But again, like the angle with the Brock and Cena is horrible. Like, and then why is Brock here? Just for that, and he's gonna be gone?
Yeah, that's what they're saying. But it's one of those situations where
you could have had Brock should have been sitting ringside the whole time. And I should be writing for WWE.
It could, yeah.
But
it's just there.
It could have been there. It could have been there. Jumped in and just the way they played it was like, this is stupid.
Yeah.
Like, why you come out now?
Kurt Angle put on social media that he thinks it should be Cena's final match because he was Cena's first match.
Oh yeah.
When the Ruthless Aggression when he came from OVW and came up his very first match, he beat Kurt Angle in the ring.
Smacked him. Yep, that's true. Yeah, that was horrible. I mean, the only really good match of the night on night 2 was, like Tim said, the tag team.
Yeah, and it was too many tag teams. I like the match.
Yeah.
I think it could have been just a 4-way.
Yeah.
It was just too much going on to really pay attention.
And like I said, as I've said many times, I'm a
huge. Is this the table ladder match?
Yeah. You had 6
tag teams in there,
and it was just too much. And of course, you had the Dudley Boys and the Hardy Boys at ringside.
12 people in a ring at once. It's hard to follow unless you're going to do split screen the whole time, which they probably have the capability of doing. But
they didn't.
Yeah,
so you missed out on a lot of
what was going on.
Yeah, there were a lot of bumps that were being taken. There were some massive bumps being taken. Holy crap! I mean, and some of them I think okay, but a lot of them you're like, why? Well, they started. This one went off on the table. This one went off on the table. This one went off on the table. This one went off. You get a table. You get a table.
We all got
tables.
Sponsored by Slim Jim.
Yeah, exactly. So but that was the best match, and I even felt like the ending was a little rushed. So, like I said, I think you brought it up. There's probably an injury, and it's like let's get out of here. So,
but they made it really quick.
That was to me that was the highlight of the second night, and then the Cody Rhodes, John Cena. Never thought Cody was going to win. I figured Cena was going to retain. I totally thought he was going to ride the year, and then drop it maybe in December, or like you said, take the belt and go.
Pull CM Punk.
Yeah, and then like you said, they would have to bring back another title, being the old Winged Eagle, the classic belt, because that's what Cody did.
I mean, you still got time for something like that.
Yeah,
but I think they've now shied away from him in the title, and now we're on the Brock.
The thing with WWE and their world titles, they have two, obviously, WWE and the World Heavyweight Championship. If they're not going to push more people and the same 10 guys are going to just share this title back and forth, just unite them again and have one belt.
Exactly.
I mean, if you're not going to give anyone
we talked about this the other day. There's no reason to have 2 separate setups.
Yeah.
SmackDown and Raw. It should be, if you can still have 2 shows. I'm on Thursday, but everybody is still bouncing around and going for that goal. Everybody wants that one championship. It's not, I've got the SmackDown championship. Well, at what point do we get a united? Because you're still the same company.
Yeah.
It's not like you got 2 different brands or what do you want to call it, but you're still WWF.
Yeah, because they forget about them. They put them on the wayside. There were 4 titles that didn't get defended on a 2-night SummerSlam.
Yeah, the U.S. title.
The U.S. title didn't get defended.
The Intercontinental.
Intercontinental didn't get defended.
Oh wait, no, it did. Dominic,
the Raw, SmackDown, the Raw tag titles didn't get defended.
And how do you do that on your main event?
Yeah.
SummerSlam is your biggest thing.
You got
SmackDown tag team titles were decided.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like I mean, you've got so many, and that's another thing. Like you said, there's so many championships. It's like your big pay-per-view event, you should be defending every title.
Every single one of them. I don't care. And you're pushing all these weird matches.
And I hate when you start off a pay-per-view, a premium live event, whatever the fuck you want to call it now, with a title match. Yeah. Every title should be defended at the back half of the card.
But like you're saying, if there's so many titles and we got all this stuff, you got to go through.
Well, no, so let's just say we have.
Why not every match is a title match?
Well, you have the Raw.
How many belts are there?
You have the Raw Heavyweight title. You have the Intercontinental title. You have the Raw SmackDown Championship, Tag Team Championship, right? And then you have so then you have the U.S. title. You have the Universal Heavyweight title. You have the SmackDown Tag Team title. That's 6 belts. So on 2 nights, you can have your final 3 matches.
Well, don't you have an Intercontinental belt?
I did,
and you're forgetting the women's
television
US,
belt,
women's Intercontinental, the women's tag.
So you've got like 12 belts.
Heavyweight titles.
Yeah, that's true.
It could be Beltomania.
It could be
every match.
Well, they used to do that. It was called Night of Champions.
Yep.
Every title was
on the line. Yep, that's right.
I mean, that's what it used to build to. SummerSlam was everything built to SummerSlam, but now we got so many pay-per-views.
Every month.
I think we're like excessive on pay-per-views. Like I don't need a pay-per-view every month.
Well, there's so much
because now your story is now too fast to rebuild to the next whatever.
They want to make 2 more 2-night events.
Yeah.
You see that? Yeah. So right now WrestleMania and SummerSlam are 2-night events. They want to add 2 more.
They want to add Survivor Series and
War Games.
War Games.
Yeah.
I guess.
Well, let me ask you this question: while you're at home watching these events, do you ever think to yourself, I would love to have a nice beer tonight? You're thinking, I could brew my own beer.
Not during the wrestling match.
And you think, but you could I should be sipping my own brewed beer right now. But you're thinking to yourself, where would I go to find such knowledge? Where can I find these ingredients? Do I have to travel the world to find these ingredients?
Dude.
Lucky for you, here in Lexington, we have
Brew Dude.
Taking care of all your home brewing needs.
Yep.
Got your hops, got your yeast, got your rice, got whatever. Helps you with recipes.
They actually have a folder that has every recipe for every beer.
So if I want to go a Mexican cerveza,
boom, they got it.
If I want to do a Oktoberfest,
boom, they got it.
Let's say I want an Irish red,
boom, they got it.
They got it.
And they will personally help you shop for the ingredients.
Unbelievable.
All you gotta do is go talk to Aaron and his brother
down on North Ashland and National Avenue, right there.
Yep.
All your ingredients, help you walk you through it. You got your starter kits.
They got starter kits. They got that. I mean, he's got. If you want an IPA, he'll put together the starter kit for you. If you want a porter, if you want a stout,
it's almost foolproof.
Yeah.
You could be the brewmeister of your own home.
You could be.
Brew Dude, helping you.
Brew Dude,
helping you brew. Shout out to that Brew Dude.
And he's actually helping us.
Yes, he is.
We met with Aaron about a month ago. We sat down with him, discussed having a Brewery Boy broadcast beer. We didn't know what we wanted at the time, but he was dying to get a braggot.
We discussed the braggot with him. He was like, "That sounds fantastic."
A honey mead.
3 B's really works out, right? Brewery Boys bracket.
Yeah, triple B.
Triple B.
It sounds delicious. It's early, more of an early form of type of brew.
Yeah. The monks used to brew it.
A little Viking-ish touch to it, maybe. A little meat action.
I'm kind of excited. And of course, you threw in the Oktoberfest.
Gotta have an Oktoberfest. Maybe with an Oompa van or something. I don't know.
Well, we'll see. But yeah, so go see Brew Dude. They are spectacular. The staff is knowledgeable too. I mean, it's not just the owners. The bartenders will help you figure out what you need too. So I don't remember the gentleman's name that day we were there, but he's just kind of.
And they have a little. They brew their own stuff, so they've got 9 or 10 on tap that you can sample. Maybe you want to brew that. They can probably help you brew that.
Yeah.
Great place to go. Check it out.
Brew Dude is by far the most knowledgeable brewing staff, other than an actual going to a brewery, brewing staff that I've ever talked to. Like that day we sat with him, he was pretty freaking knowledgeable. So yeah, so go see Brew Dude, North Ashland Avenue. I think they're closed on Mondays. Sunday and Mondays I believe they're closed, but I think they're open till 9. But they got a portfolio that you wouldn't believe. So
check it out. Start brewing your own home brew.
yep, that's right. We are championing the home brew system.
But still, it's in your local bars.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, yeah.
Drink at home.
I mean, you
Still go out and
can
support
only
it.
brew one thing at a time. You gotta then you got to sample what you brew at home.
Yeah, yeah.
Don't wear yourself out on your own beer.
No.
Yeah, go out and
Go
try
out and have
some other
some.
local breweries.
Get the cart started, and then come home and enjoy a nice cocktail or a nice home brew before you go to bed. But yeah, I'm thoroughly excited about this. Like, as soon as we're wrapped up, I'm heading over there, gonna talk to him and see what's what. So yeah, Brew Dude is the place to be.
We'll shout out
North
Brew Dude.
Ashland Avenue. Can't say it enough.
Check them out.
Yep. What else you got?
What else was on our schedule this evening?
Well, there's not much NFL news, but Tim, I know you're a Ravens fan. You seen anything on your all's radar that?
No, it's looking good. Our kicker is looking pretty good. He hit 12 for 12 yesterday in practice. It was pretty good. All the way back to 60 yards. So
This is the Justin Tucker
replacement.
Yep, the start of the.
So you're looking at kickers. That's how you're feeling.
Yeah, I like to. Well, so I'm known to pick a kicker first in fantasy drafts. So and everyone makes fun of me for that. Like, what are you doing? I was like, well, kickers can get. Sometimes they make or break a game, but I don't know what I'm going to do now with Justin Tucker gone. But speaking of fantasy, maybe we can get a Brewery Boys fantasy league going if anybody wants to join us.
Oh yeah, we might be able to do
play
that.
some stuff.
Hit us up on the media line.
Instagram,
Want to join in?
Facebook.
We can throw a surprise of some sort.
Prize for first place.
Yeah, we could look into something. I'll post something up, see what we can come up with. See how many people how many takers.
It's always a nice way to trash talk your good friends.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Like I need anything else.
All right, so going out and about around town, I saw your little picture. How was Jaggers?
Not too bad. I had the chicken tenders. Now, I haven't been, this is Jaggers, of course, new restaurant in Lexington, owned by Texas Roadhouse.
Ah.
Now, I have not been to Texas Roadhouse in quite a while, but I'm assuming the chicken tenders are probably about the same. They were very good. I got, they gave me an order of 6. And I think on the menu it said an order of 6 is usually about $9. If you want to make it a meal with the drink and a side, I got the sushi fries.
Okay.
Adds about $3. So you're looking at $13-14
For a meal.
for like 6 tenders, fries, and a drink.
All right. Okay.
Now they had chicken tenders, they had some salads, they had burgers, they had chicken sandwiches. Pretty basic. Looked like some great milkshakes, but they weren't giving away the milkshakes.
Okay.
This was friends and family sign up kind of thing.
All right. Did you sign up?
I signed up, that's how I got there.
All right. Okay.
It was good. Shoestring fries were excellent. I really enjoyed them.
Alright.
The tenders were plump, juicy. And I said for looking at the price for, I'm thinking Cane's, if you go to Cane's or somewhere,
Yeah.
you have
We're spending $20
you
at
get 6
Cane's.
if you get 6 tenders, fries,
It's like
and a drink,
14.
it's about the same. Maybe that's why I
Yeah.
think Jaggers might be a little less. Depends your taste. I had a Jaggers sauce, which kind of reminded me a little bit more of a Zappy sauce. I do love cane sauce.
Yeah, Cane's is good. Cane's is good. So, for the money, you're saying you got full, it's a good meal.
Seemed pretty
meal.
good.
Okay.
I'll have to go back and try the burgers
All right.
or chicken sandwich, and I'm definitely going to try a couple of the milkshakes. They look delicious.
Well, I know you had your 2 outings this week. You had Long John Silver's for the first time, and we spoke about that on Saturday. So I was just wondering, how the Jaggers were.
I'm testing out these new restaurants.
Yeah. So Buckeye Jason is out in the back.
How about eating food? I can't tell. I eat food.
So we're getting ready. We are in the final. Well, we're about mid-August, so we're getting ready, ramping up for college football. So I know you're the ever-loving Buckeye.
Myself and Buckeye Logan, my son, will be attending the Texas Ohio State game.
God, you pulled the trigger.
I pulled the trigger. I thought.
Holy! Did you mortgage the house?
Had to mortgage the house, sell the cars.
Holy
We're gonna walk up there, but we're gonna get there. But it'll be good because there we got 1 and 2. Let me talk about this for a second.
Go ahead.
How the hell Texas is number 1 in the poll when we're defending champions and we beat Texas in the semifinals, not even in the championship game, semifinals. We both lost about the same amount of players, but yet they're going to go Texas. I don't understand it. Like any other year, if it had been Alabama stays first on the polls until week 25, no matter whether they lose 20 games or not, blah, blah, blah.
It's a hype train.
Ohio State gets zero respect every year. People are like, why is Ohio State up there? Why is Ohio State ranked 100th? They should be ranked 1,000th. And every year, we got to prove ourselves. Is it lower hate, whatever, but I mean, we do get disrespected. You should be number 1 in the poll, regardless of anything, starting out to the first game at least. If you're the defending champions.
But how much did they lose?
I mean, both teams have lost roughly about the same. We lost probably a few more players than they did, but
I'm just playing devil's advocate because I have no fucking idea how this plays into it. But that's probably what they're looking at is the fact that Howard's gone, Sawyer's gone. All the
offensive line, but still, you got to assume
Chip Kelly's gone.
You should assume. I don't like Chip Kelly.
Well, but
he did good in the last couple games, but other than that,
I know.
But we do have a new offensive coordinator, a new defensive coordinator, new quarterbacks.
Right.
But anyway,
you still got the wide receiver that was
Jeremiah Smith, greatest wide receiver in college football. I mean, can't deny it.
I'll give you props on that. But I just think that's what is playing a factor into it. And of course, Texas, Arch Manning. That it's a.
We will see.
We will.
We will finally get to see this game. If Arch is real or Arch is.
All right. So let me ask you a question. So that's going to be a Saturday game. So that
30th.
means it's a noon game. So are you going up the night before to spend the night, or are you driving up that morning?
We will be driving up early in the morning. We will get there. We will pre-game. Then we'll probably head over to College Game Day. Maybe check out Lee Corso's final
that's going to be packed, dude. That's going to be packed.
They've changed some things around, so I'm going to have to see about
parking and all that.
They've changed the way they're doing things. They've rearranged the stadium a little bit. They did some modifications. They did some gear revise. They're moving the band to one side of the field. But usually before game they have a thing called Skull Session, usually 2 hours before game, which is the best damn band in the land performs kind of their mini halftime show in the old St. John's Arena, basketball arena, which is across from the shoot, where lots packs it out. People just go to hear that, and the team walks through, and somebody from the team will give a speech, and then they'll walk onto the stadium. So I'm hoping they're still going to do that, but we'll see, because we got a new athletic director in there as well, so he's kind of changed things around. So it should be interesting. But there'll still be the one area there on the one side of the street's going to have all parties, all the food. I'll send out some live feeds.
Yeah, definitely. We're looking forward to that.
We're going to get some good food. We're going to have some beers. We're going to enjoy ourselves.
Okay, so you actually pulled the trigger on this.
I did. I thought, this is a big game.
I'm surprised that the person you're buying the tickets off of actually let the tickets go.
It's my aunt.
Oh, okay, all right. I knew it was a family member.
She can't go to all the games, and then, like I said, every year I'm like, well, what games are you guys not going to use? Because her daughter and her son, like I said, her son is actually a trainer at Ohio State University for rifle, pistol team, wrestling, cheerleaders, I think. But so he gets tickets too. But so we go through there and it's like, what are they going to have? What are you going to have available? I said, I really want to go to the Texas game. And they're like, okay, well, all right, Texas game, we got it.
Wow.
I was like, well,
no family discount.
Since we give them up, we'll take them, we'll go, have a good time. Whew. Hopefully bring luck to the Bucks, and we'll get a part of it.
All right, well, we'll look forward to seeing you on stage with Lee Corso.
It'll be a long day. Last time we went for game day, we were up in the front, we were on TV.
I can imagine.
We were pointed out. Buckeye Alley saw us.
All right, cool. Well, you'll have to do something. By that time, we're gonna have Brewery Boy swag, so you can wear something. Yeah. So hopefully we'll have like flags or something like that. So
look at that. It's one of the best whether you like them or not, one of the best atmospheres to go watch a college game.
I don't doubt that at all. Like I went up to we did go, like I told you, and I've ribbed you about it, but I can definitely see the iconic. Like you see why it's so iconic. There are aspects of the stadium.
When you walk up to it, you see that rotunda. You're looking up. If it's not, it is one of the tallest press boxes in college football. I think.
Yeah, I did. When
I don't know if it is the tallest or it's one.
We're sitting obviously we were sitting outside like the new in the bleacher seats. We weren't sitting in the seat, so I could see the press, and it was.
They're high up.
It was high up there,
and just to see the old stone and the way it's made, it's iconic.
That's what kind of did it, and of course. I got to see the stained glass, the O, and the ramp going. That I walked under the
ramp.
I mean, I busted your balls about being up there. The shithole it was, but it was very iconic. Like I get. I
mean, it's not
I get the mystique.
It's not a brand new facility. It's
no, but it's no Notre Dame stadium.
It's tradition,
but it has its merits.
Notre Dame is basic.
But
I mean, I'd even like to go see the big house just because that's a classic stadium.
Yeah.
And it holds a few more thousand people.
Yeah.
I'd like to go to Tennessee. They throw a good party at night. Georgia.
Yeah.
Night games are.
Yeah.
Got a good. Those towns. Now those people here in Kentucky. When you go to Commonwealth Stadium or Kroger Field. It's just there's nothing.
It is nothing.
It's like I'm walking into a church or something quiet, hush. There's no people. There's no food. There's no music. There's no nothing.
I mean, it is what it is.
It's horrible.
It's bottom feeders. For so long.
I mean,
still are.
Throw a party.
But
be happy to be at the game.
That's what they talk about with the tailgating.
It should be an atmosphere, regardless if we win or lose. Like Vandy has an atmosphere. Not as big, but they have an atmosphere better than Kentucky. You go to a game, you don't have the atmosphere. Like I said, Ohio State. We go to the one side. I think there's like 3 or 4 stages. They've got bands playing different places.
Right.
They've got restaurants that open up that have beer trucks and stuff out in front of them. So they're like, we're drinking beers everywhere you go. Crowds packed down the streets line.
Right.
You see them walk over. Like I said, the Skull Session. People follow the team over. Then you wait for the band to come. The band and the cheerleaders, the band come over from there. You follow them in. The band does their entrance. They do Script Ohio in the stadium. Iconic traditional things that you see and view that just make the experience.
Yeah.
Whereas Kentucky just hadn't grasped the fact that we need experience. We need some kind of tradition. We need some kind of bring people to gather people to the stadium. Just want to see a game. I want to see a game. I want to see them play Vandy. I want to see them play the School for the Blind. I don't care who it is. But they got to have something. Kentucky has zero.
You're right. We've been season ticket holders for years, and you're absolutely right. They have zero. So,
I think we're going to have not Bad Ash, but War Daddy.
War Daddy
supposed to come on here. We can find her. As everybody goes looking around, what's going on? Shout out to all my peeps out there. So let us know what you guys think about maybe the best college atmosphere to go see a game at, your favorite team. I know it's not going to be Kentucky.
Well, I don't know where Tim went. Let me go see if I can find War Daddy and see if she wants to come on.
Shout out to War Daddy. But yeah, hit us up, like us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, follow us, share us, give us some love, people, whatever you want to do. This beer is the Tango beer that Eric had earlier. Not too bad. Has a little bit of an aftertaste to it. Not as fruity as you would think it would be for a fruit drink, but not too bad overall. So now nobody's here. Let's talk more about the Ohio State Buckeyes. Julian Sain, new quarterback, looking good. We've got Jeremiah Smith, of course, the best wide receiver in college football. Going to be awesome this year. Check him out. Defensive line, a little newer this year. That's one of the areas I'm a little concerned about. But of course, with the fact that we do bring in the talent, we have some backups. They just don't have the playing time that last year's squad had. Offensive line is supposed to be strong. Running back, We got Peoples again this year. He'll be pretty good. A couple other guys coming in, say they're strong. Overall, I think we're going to have an excellent season. Great chance to repeat. This first game, kind of an outlier just because it's going to be first big game. No tune-up games before. Texas, Ohio State, number 1, number 2. Both teams are totally different than last year's teams, but should be an exciting game. Looking forward to it. Yes, I pulled the trigger because I did want to see and support my Buckeyes. Now, looking at the local team schedule, the Kentucky Wildcats, same old, same old. Looking a little MAC heavy in the front end. They should be able to take care of some business. Look all right. We'll see. Stoops, still not one of my favorite coaches. Could do more of a better job than anything else. So we'll see how they do. Like I said, their front end of their schedule should be fairly easy to maintain, but somehow they'll make it look hard. And maybe they'll pull 1 or 2 decent wins out this year. Talking about Kentucky.
Yeah, I knew it.
Like I said, I say if they have another lackluster year, again, I would have gotten rid of Stoops a couple years ago, but due to his contract and the money they owe him, he still seems to linger around here. Another bad season, maybe they pull the trigger and say the hell with it and get rid of him and pull somebody young in, which I think is what they should do, is go ahead and pull a younger guy in and just go with it and ride it and see what happens.
I get it, yeah. Like I said,
I'm tired of seeing, I want to cheer for Kentucky, but I'm tired of seeing the way they do it. Like I said, why are we always looking for a coach's last hurrah? We seem to get the coach's last hurrah here. We had Rich Brooks last hurrah.
Remember, he was coming on. He came off
last hurrah.
Well, no, he came off of Jimbo Fisher's staff. I mean, I don't know how long he'd been at Florida State, but it's just one of those. Because of his brother Bob, we thought, did we think this was what it was going to be? Oklahoma, or it's not. No. I mean, just because one brother is good doesn't mean you're going to get. I mean, look at Chip Kelly and Brian Kelly.
As a coordinator, he wasn't too bad, Stoops. But as a head coach,
but he wasn't even a coordinator. He was a defensive backs coach when he was at Florida State.
Was it?
I think so.
He'd been coordinator somewhere, I thought.
Oh well.
Youngstown,
I missed that one.
But I mean, yeah, he's as head coach. He loses track of the game, and what he loses. You see him on the sideline, he just loses focus. Like he gets upset about something, he's gone for 10 minutes on a tangent, and the game's going on. I'm like, dude, focus.
Yeah.
The call's been made. Nothing you can do.
Yeah.
You object a couple times, and then you finish it and go on to the next.
Yeah. No, you're right. I mean. It's one of those that I don't know, but I don't know where War Daddy went. We seem to have lost him. I don't know.
War Daddy, are you gonna join? As I hearken her over.
Are you hollering at her?
I'm hollering at you. They said you wanted to participate tonight.
Yeah, well, Ashley told me I was coming over here. So.
Well, come on in.
Yeah.
You got it?
Out of breath, she's like.
We just say.
All right.
I'm trying to get the.
Breathe in.
Well, I guess we're gonna hang her out here for a minute or two for War Daddy, see what she's got going on. I don't know where Tim disappeared to.
Tim's gone. We lost him.
He seemed to have just vanished. I'm looking around. I don't see any puddles, so I don't know if anybody doused him with any water, like Wicked Witch of the West or whatever.
So, whatever topics that we have for tonight, did we run through them?
Well, I think we kind of touched on everything, but like I said, with the NFL, I know you being a Packers fan, him being a Ravens fan, and Bears and all that.
I will say this, in conjunction with my Ohio State fandom, Will Howard looking good at Steelers minicamp, throwing dimes, made some great plays, looking better than what I've seen Rodgers look like. I think I see Will Howard as a franchise for the Steelers. I see him as a Ben Roethlisberger-esque type player. So not over flashy, not super great, but gets it done.
That's all you need.
With his feet.
You don't need I mean, look at Brad. Look at all the Steeler quarterbacks. And I'm not a Steeler fan by any means.
No.
But they've had some of the lacklusterest quarterback. Bradshaw. His receivers made him great. Let's be honest. Hall of Famer. And then you've got like Neil O'Donnell in the Super Bowl against the Cowboys. Larry Brown picking him off and all that. But those are not. Bubby Brister.
They have not had a standout, stellar.
No.
We tout Roethlisberger as this great guy, but he was
mediocre.
Lackluster. He made plays.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm talking about. Howard is not a superstar by no means, but he could be. Maybe he will be. We've only seen it. He's had great season. Where did he come from? Kansas and then Ohio State.
Yeah.
There we go.
Hey.
We are joined by War Daddy herself.
Daddy has joined the party. Scoot up here. Get on camera.
Show off that pretty face. Come on now.
Oh my goodness. Okay. I'm here.
So how's your night going?
It's going. I've been here all day.
All day.
So,
Fresh off vacation.
fresh from vacation.
Oh, where'd you go?
Clearwater.
Nice.
Spent the whole week. It was wonderful.
What'd you do?
Drank on the beach. Ate a lot of seafood.
Favorite seafood? Shrimp? Crab legs? Salmon. I like salmon occasionally, but not big. Super salmon.
I asked her if she visited any breweries. She said no.
I meant to, but got a bunch of our own liquor to get down there.
It's cheaper.
Yeah, exactly.
Did you rent a house?
So, yeah, we got an Airbnb. It was
Okay.
nice.
That's right. You told me. I did hear Airbnb earlier.
Any sightseeing? Did you go to Disney World or anything?
No, we went to the Clearwater Marine Aquarium. That was pretty cool. We went to Tarpon Springs and did some shopping. It's like referred to as the sponge capital of the world.
Oh.
So they have like a sponge stop, a bunch of shops along it. Very Greek influenced.
All right.
But you had a good time.
Yeah, I know, it was great. Needed it.
So, just to get recharged.
Ready for another one.
Absolutely, yeah. I told Ashley anytime we start to get cranky, just send us away for a week and we'll come back just fine.
Oh, is this a paid vacation?
No.
Oh.
I wish.
I'd be cranky all the time. Yes, I need to go away again.
Right.
Need another vacation, darn it.
Start throwing tantrums,
Yeah.
laying on the floor, kicking, screaming.
Roller coasters and stuff.
Yeah.
So what have you been up to with your life lately? Give us a little update. Last we saw you
Was the Saint party?
Saint party
Yeah,
and-
last time.
goodness,
Yeah.
when you're blacked out and forgot everything.
I don't remember seeing you guys, that's true. Not much really. Working a lot, doing the same thing. Other than my trip, it's just been same old.
Same old, same old.
Yeah.
So when I think you were on, we were talking about you getting your notch history and all that, and you said that you lived in the area. Are you still living in this area, or?
Yeah, closer to Frankfurt.
Okay,
But
okay, so you're not in the downtown vicinity. So we just had Gravy and Gator on a couple notchers.
Yeah,
They were on, and they're what did they say, about a year to get to 300
Yep.
or on the 300 mark.
About a year.
So, and we judged, like you said, you about a year and a half.
yeah.
So Jason was like, slow boating, I see. So
I give you props. These slackers. War Daddy did that. Did that a day.
It's a lot easier when you work here.
that's where I was going. It was like, so when you're allowed a shift beer, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
End of every shift. You double, you get two.
Dang.
Yeah.
That is this, yeah.
Kind of worth it. Sometimes.
Sometimes. All right. Okay. So what has been? Have you had any magical moments since you've been back, or are you just kind of like right now, just getting back in the flow of things?
Get back on phone things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Today was the first shift.
Oh.
Yeah. Today was the first shift.
Ah.
Been
Okay.
about a week and a half. So
Okay. Yeah. So you are, you're
fresh.
breaking out the car. You're like, yeah. Okay. Vacation.
That's why she was breathing heavy earlier.
Yeah.
I moved
Yeah.
this much around.
It's like, man, I wish I was on the beach.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we haven't seen you on any. Well, I think there might have been normally you're the one behind the social media posts and all that. Are you the?
We kind of have like a group that does it. Me, Nicole, Sam, Giselle are like the main four, and we'll get together about once a month and then shoot a whole bunch of videos that we can use for the next 2-3 weeks. But
So tell us about that. Do you plan ahead, or do you just like the day of, or like, let's try this out?
some things we plan ahead, like the Mayo video was very well planned. We had that one cooking for a couple of months.
Okay.
And then the peanut butter one too. I don't know if you guys.
Oh,
saw
yeah, that-
We
yeah,
covered
where Sam's
Sam in peanut
come-
butter.
yeah.
Oh, that was great.
Yeah, that was
I mean,
hilarious.
we threw beer in his face, covered him in peanut butter, and dragged him across the floor all in about 3 hours. But usually we'll all come in with some ideas and we'll make a big list of all the things we want to do, and then we just try to burn through it in 2-3 hours.
So we've obviously we've recorded here when they've before they've opened, like right as they've opened or right before opening. So usually the magic happens before the doors open, or right as like that lull.
It's usually on a Wednesday.
Okay.
And I'm almost always here Wednesday morning, and Giselle and Nicole are usually here at night. So about 2 o'clock
Okay, so
or 2 p.m. everybody would get together. And at that point, I'm just doing admin stuff, so I don't have to worry about serving. And they come in early, so they don't have to worry about serving.
And then you
we
all
spend
knock it out.
Yeah.
okay.
Try to knock it out in that
Now
time.
myself, I'm more the spur of the moment video guy.
Those come up every now
I'll
and then,
just
too.
like throw stuff.
Have you
together.
seen his videos?
Missing out, missing out.
Yeah.
The Cannonball one.
Yeah,
spur of the
that
moment.
yeah.
I'm just creative like that. Just flows. I ooze creativity. I find that if I try to plan something, it's like
Every now and then we'll get a spur of the moment. Now, if it's pouring down rain, and it's gonna be, we used to do weather reports where one of us would
Yeah,
go
I've
out
seen
there
those.
with a fake microphone and talk about how pretty and sunny it was.
I've seen that.
And we're
Yeah,
just completely drenched.
yeah. I've seen those.
Yeah, we haven't done one in a while, but we've done super windy ones. Beautiful day.
Yeah.
We're waiting for a really rainy day where we can set a patio table out there with like a burger and a
Oh.
beer and just act as if it's totally sunny or completely fine.
beautiful
We're
day.
drenched.
Yeah, they've got some classic. Yeah, some of the ones that they've come up with, they've got classics.
do you have a good following?
Seems to be. Yeah, we've had a couple of videos on our TikTok that kind of blew up. There's one that Nicole did, which I think really kicked off our whole social media presence. It's so funny, I have to show it to you
This
guys.
is on TikTok or is this on the Instagram?
It's on TikTok. And it's almost 2 years old now.
Oh wow.
But, I don't remember where I keep any of my things. It got like 719,000 views.
Whoa.
That's a good view there.
You've hit 1,000 on several of yours.
I haven't got to
So-
700,000.
No, you haven't got 700,000.
Some of ours...
I'm probably because I'm not a girl. I think
Even
there's
on
sexism.
Instagram, some of our videos will get about 3,000 or 4,000 views. Every now and then we'll get one that really goes, but
Okay.
this one, this is at 720,000 views.
Wow.
Oh, I did think I saw that one. Yeah,
That's so funny.
I've actually seen quite a few with that setup. Kind of with that.
Come on into Jack Brown's today and sign up.
It was,
That's hilarious.
yeah. And when we
That-
first posted it, it did pretty good. And then kind of dissipated. And then like 2 months later, I think it absolutely
Blew up.
took off. Yeah.
That's pretty
It's
funny.
crazy. But
That's
That's some
hilarious.
good ones in there. The Mayo video
That-
got
yeah.
a lot of attention.
Yeah.
That one was probably my favorite.
And how'd you come up with that?
Well, we promote Duke's Mayo so much, and it's like the only thing we use. Me and Phil were talking about it because I think it was shortly after he got that Mayo sign. How disgusting and eye-catching it would be for us to just be sitting in a circle eating
Mayo.
Yeah, so
Yeah, that was funny.
that's what it came out of. It took a while to get everybody on board to sit there and eat mayo. It was right at the end of social media because we knew we were going to be covered in mayo. Same with Sam when we did the peanut butter. That was the last video we were filming that day. So, yeah, it was going to get messy and just went for it.
That's hilarious.
Who
Those
had
are-
the hardest time eating the mayo?
I don't know. I think Nicole might have had the hardest time with the whole thing, and she was the one filming it. Just watching us all go in. I mean, I had to not think about it, really. I tried really hard.
I don't mind mayo every once mixed in condiments
was
on
like
a burger, so if it's
straight
straight out of
yeah,
a thing. I'm
yeah.
like, ah.
Yeah, it was.
It
Yeah,
was bad. And Giselle had it all over her face and her fingers.
yeah, it was pretty comical. Like it's like holy shit.
Got some attention.
It did,
And,
yeah.
Duke's Mayo reposted it, which was cool. And then the peanut butter video, Skippy had commented. They might have posted it on their story.
Oh,
too.
wow.
But, yeah.
There you
Some
go.
attention.
See, that's
Get
what it's
some
all
attention.
about.
Yeah, get some attention at Jack Brown's.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we don't want to hold you. I know you got you're on a double shift and
Making the money.
making the
Gotta
money.
make that vacation money back up.
Yeah.
Oh yes, absolutely, absolutely.
It gets expensive down on the beach.
Very expensive. And for Ashley kept saying like 2 girls that bartend working in their 20s to be able to take a week-long vacation, like 13 hours away, is pretty crazy.
That's pretty good.
Especially like
for it.
an Airbnb. How close to the beach were you?
Less than 10 minutes. Just straight down the causeway.
There you go.
But
All right. Well,
well,
All right.
thank you for joining us.
thank you for having
Thanks for
me,
joining
as
us.
always.
Anytime. That was War Daddy. She's rehashing her
the
vacation
beautiful,
exploits
Gracious War Daddy, all refreshed from her
from her
vacation, ready to get to work here
So,
tonight.
all right. Well, dude, I don't know where Tim went to, so we're gonna.
We had an APB out on
Yeah,
Tim.
we're gonna call this one a night, and we'll see you next time when we
Share, like, subscribe.
share, like, subscribe, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Hit us up.
Check out some of the videos.
Tell us you hate us. Doesn't matter. Just do something.
Acknowledge.
Gator needs acknowledgement.
Get her needs acknowledged now.
All right. We'll see you all later.
Roast.